Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing well, and as you read by the title, this is one type of a video that I never thought I would do, but I am here and I really want to do this video because I know that in some months I have to look back on this video and remind myself what I really want. I mean, I'm not going to be like the relationship expert, but as I am growing up and what I have learned through all these years of being in a relationship and basically in general life, what I have learned, I just want to pass that on, and I want it to be there for myself as well when I am all spiraling down. So I want it to be there for myself as well. So here it is. So as some of you know that I was in a relationship for almost 1.5 years, and we are not in a relationship now. And I guess the main reason for the breakup was trust issues, or I don't know what exactly, but one day you are there and one day you just stop being there. And I don't really want to talk about the breakup part because it is really painful still. Like, it has been some months to it, but it is still painful to think about it. But what I really want to talk about is what the relationship taught me and what I want in future, and what you should also think about this. So basically, I was dating this guy I was friends with for years. He was one of my best friends, and I just I mean, he was my best friend, and I was so happy for the starting of 6 months. Like, it was like a fairy tale, and any fairy tale obviously ends. After 6 months, things started to go down little by little, but not all the way down. And then obviously things happened. I know that I did some things wrong, he did some things wrong, which led us here. But I just want to tell you guys that whatever happened is a lesson, is a huge lesson for me at least, that I was a person who was so dependent on other person, like on the relationship. I was always like a person who was always, I would used to call him for anything. Like, if I have to bring this from the market, I would call him up and tell him to come with me, or he would just offer him no to come with me. Like, I was that dependent, and for so many years I was always dependent on someone. So that happened for I was dating for 1.5 years, and before that also I was dating for 1 year. So I didn't really have a time in between to be single and like find out what I really want. I know that it was really wrong that I jumped from one relationship to another. Obviously there were some months, like 2-3 months, where I was single, but I should have waited for a while and figure out things, like being alone for a while like I am now. And being alone now has taught me so much. Like, it has like affected me in a good way, but also in a bad way. I want to talk about the good parts first. Like, I was never a dependent. I was never an independent person. So now I am trying to be independent. Like, I am doing things which I really want to do. I am doing things for myself. I am doing this content creating thing which I am really enjoying. And the whole reason I started this was because he was behind me, and like, he supported it, but I never really paid attention to it because my mind was always on the other things, like college, relationship, parents, and all that stuff. And now that it is not there, so I have finally time to think about my life, like what I really want from my life, what kind of. I was always very naive. I was always very, had this fairy tale kind of thing in my mind where the guy would be the love of my life, and it would be happily ever after. And obviously, when I was dating him, I thought that he is the love of my life and I'm going to be with him forever. And whatever happens, we will get through it. Even when we were in the bad times, I thought that we will get through it. But obviously, we didn't get through it. And when it ended, it was like a big shock for me. Like, for days I couldn't get up from my bed. I used to keep thinking about it so much. Obviously, like any other person, I tried to go back and talk to him and just literally beg for him to come back. I know that was a really wrong thing, because you should never beg anyone to be in your life. if they want to be in your life, they will make an effort. It is always a two-way street, remember that. And I knew when I was dating, like I was making a lot of efforts, like a lot of efforts. Obviously, maybe he was making some, but to me, it was like I was putting a lot of efforts into it. So I knew that it was always two-way street, but I was like, no, I have to do these efforts for both of us because I have done something wrong. So, but I don't know, I would always get myself into it and just do things for both of us, which was wrong. So remember that it is always two-way street, that you both of them have to take efforts and both of them have to do things. It is always give and take. Like if you give love, you should get love in return. If you give time, you should get time in return. If you give trust, you have to get the trust back. you know Learned an important thing, that trust was something so big. I always knew that trust was something really important in the relationship, but I never really went through the trust issue phase in my life, which I went through this in this relationship, and it was genuinely very bad. But things happened, and which led to us here. And I really now think that yes, trust is really important in your relationship. Like no relationship is worth it or anything, it will work without trust. So having trust is really important. So the good part of the relationship was that he was my best friend for so many years, and I would be able to talk to him about literally anything, starting from like what I'm eating, what I'm doing, to like what I'm thinking at night, what are my anxiety issues. And being a person who was going through mental health issues, it was difficult to talk to anyone, and I remember he was there through all of it. I'm so grateful for that, that he was there for my appointment so many times in the start, and it was great. But slowly क्या होता है ना, I started depending on him for this problem solver thing. I started to uh, rely on him that he will solve my issues, that if I am with him, I'll feel normal, I won't be getting anxiety. And the truth was that it was going well when I was with him, but the moment we broke up, my anxiety came back, and I started to feel that okay, there was some issue. Obviously, I was depending on him for my anxiety and all of that. But yeah, you should never rely on someone that much that that you make them the problem solver of your life, because no person will be your problem solver. You are the only one who will always solve your problems. You are the only one who will get through all the problems in your life, and no one has to, or no one will go through for you through it. Okay. The main thing that I learned after the breakup was like, for days I won't get out of my room or even out of my house. Obviously lockdown to tha, but I wouldn't get out because I was like, I have been to all of these places with him, so every place reminds me of him. Like I would remember that he used to have that, and I would just get all weird and cry about it. But slowly what happened was I was getting comfortable with it. Like ठीक है, अभी नहीं है तो क्या कर सकते हैं. You have to go to these places because you have to do things. And I used to force myself to get out of the house, which was a good thing, because now I can go out and not be like ki, no, I can't do it and I can't go out of house without him and all that. In the start, the one wrong thing that I did was like I instantly changed, that this, okay, I'm out of this relationship, I'll find someone new. It's not a huge issue. I'll just drop my sad feelings from here and go to this person, and then I'll be happy. But that is literally not the solution for this, I will tell you. And क्या होता है ना, when you go finding someone, you will not get the person, and trying to find like, is this a person I can date, is this a good guy. And this is the real fact that I did, which I'm very embarrassed to share, but I did that, and it is not a right way to go and find someone, just so that you can be happy. Real relationship will work when you are at a good place, you love yourself, you are content with your life, like alone, and then there will come a person eventually who will just, come into your life, and it will be very easy. You won't have to go finding someone. I learned that now because now I just don't care that if I don't have anyone in life, because I know that at some point when I am fine and when I am just happy with my life alone, I will find someone. And even if I don't, then it's okay. Kabhi na kabhi it will happen, because not you are not going to be alone on this planet. Obviously you will get married if you want, you will stuff will happen with you. Most important thing was being happy alone. So मेरे ऐसे पर्सनालिटी में ही है कि दैट आई एम नेवर happy alone. Like I hate being alone. Like I am introverted but I hate being alone. So it is kind of a very weird combination. Like I always need someone to text. Like I always need someone to tell them what is going in my head. And for so many years I had that person, and suddenly like in a night I didn't have that person, and that change was like very tough. Like when it was going, I was just like, I can't deal with this. And finally I learned that you have to be comfortable being alone. And being alone is not bad, I will tell you, because now that I'm alone I have all the time in the world to do so many things that I love. I can eat whatever I want, I can cook whatever I want, I can go wherever I want, I can do this job that I want so much. I don't have to rely on someone to do things. I have my own time. And the main thing was that I always ignored my family. Like I never really gave that importance to my family, be it the real actual family जो घर पे है, or even the relatives. I never spent time with them. I never felt comfortable. But when this breakup happened, I just shifted all of those thoughts to my family, and I started being with them. I started talking more. I started taking more initiatives. I started being like this different person around them. People are seeing the difference, which I also feel. Like I feel really different. Like I have this positive energy in me. So I have this positive energy in me. And after being in this negative side for so long, like so many years, it has been almost 4 years that I was really happy. Before I had mental health issues, then relationship issues. It was almost 4 years that I was always sad. So after 4 years I am finally with myself, and it feels so happy, and just myself, and people saw that and they are liking it. It's not that bad. Yeah, being alone is important. So don't be like this person is your whole life and they are going to be there forever. That's not true. You are your whole life. Your life is very important. So anyway, I hope you learn from this video. Even if you didn't, that's fine. I just want this video to be there for me, so that after months, years, I will go back and listen to what I was saying. If I am ever in a bad situation again, I just want this to be there. And even if you did learn from this, I just want you to know that you are so valued, that not a relationship will define you. Okay, and just be with someone who is really good for you, not a toxic person, or even maintain good relationships, I guess, because obviously good relationships will give you good positive vibes. I have learned that good positive vibes are really important for yourself. Having that good circle, as they say, good circle is really important. So yeah, if you did like this video, then please like and do all the things. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.